Kenny here, Taylor Sound tip of the day. Restringing a guitar. The information that I'm going to give you right now is strictly my opinion, but in a minute I will explain why I feel this way about it. Here we have a guitar which needs a new E string, and it has it already taken off, the other one was broken. I'm going to feed the string through the back of the guitar, which you would normally do. Attach it however you will on your guitar. Les Paul would be different. Now there are two types of tuning keys. One type is the Fender type. A lot of people get very mixed up on these Fender ones because they try to put the strings through here and leave a bunch out. Fender type tuning keys are intended to go about 3 inches long further than the tuning key. Cut the string off and put the string right down in the center of the tuning key, and then and you wind it down so that it layers down to the bottom of the tuning key in a nice layer. Now you notice I'm using a gun. This is acceptable if you have it, just if you know how to use it and don't go too far. Now another way to do this, if you have a tuning key that has holes in it, like most tuning keys, you're going to stick the string through the hole, wind it so that the top wrap goes on the top side of the string and the bottom wrap goes on the bottom and works its way down. And the reason you do that is a lot of people think, oh, well, I'm going to tie it on with a little knot, or they have many ways of doing that. And what happens is when you get out in a live playing situation, and if you break a string, getting the string off of the tuning peg is going to be a problem for you if you've tied it on, especially if you don't happen to have wrenches and cutters and things like that with you. My way is through the hole and around and down, and so the string is literally pinched between itself. I'll probably cover this in another video. As far as stretching the string, as I covered, be sure that you stretch the string from every fret. And back here, this is where you all forget to stretch it. Back here. And then, stays in tune. And last point, don't leave your strings just wiggling off big time. It may look cool like some rock star, but strings can poke you pretty bad. I know this from experience. So trim them off close enough to the tuning keys that they're not hanging over. Okay, now and I wanted to show you how to change the string on a non-Fender type tuning key, such as this Gibson here. This customer prefers, by the way, to wrap his strings around the tailpiece in an opposite manner than you normally would. This is called top wrapping. A lot of rock stars do this, and they maintain that wrapping it over the top as opposed to coming out the hole makes a difference in the bendability and stretchability. The jury's out on that one. For me anyway. Now, when you're putting your string on a tuning key that has a hole in it, like this Gibson, we're going to stick it through the hole, pull the tension up, and we're going to go around the top. So I went over the top of the string. Now, as I wind the string on, right at this point, it's going under the string. So the string has literally got a string on each side of it biting down on it. And then, of course, you wind it down evenly so as not to have any string piled up on top of itself. Having strings piling up on top of themselves is a sure ticket to not staying in tune. These opinions that I've given on strings, on how to put strings on, are my opinions based upon the fact that at the gig, should you have to change a broken string, many of us don't break strings, but should you have to, you won't be fumbling and poking your finger to get the old piece out of the string. I've found this method that I'm showing you works plenty good with tremolo guitars or without, and as long as you've stretched it good, everything, you should be good. And once again, as I mentioned, Don't leave your string hanging out like that. Cut it down back by the tuning key where you won't poke yourself.